Hey there, welcome back to the part two video on the principles of money in respect of situating your mind in the right place to attract money from also the angles of planet Earth. Now, in this part two video, before I go ahead and expound on whatever principle that I want to share with you, I first want to, rehash a little bit on the previous one. So the previous one I talked about, embracing change early so that you get money. Until you've been able to embrace change, you're never going to know where the world is going and then get money. Then also I talked about, taking risk because all of the hidden treasures in the world lies in the unknown. So you have to take risk by tapping into the unknown. You'll be able to find money. Now, in this session, I want to talk about the third, the fourth, and perhaps the rest. Now, the third principle has to do with what I call never let your past become a blockage or become an obstacle to your future. In other words, do not let your past experience become an obstacle to your future experience. Most of us, we let our past preclude us from taking advantage of our future. Instead, what you should do is you should let your past experience become a signature, right? Or let it become a guide towards all of the events that comes your way in the future. When it becomes a guide, that means you draw a lesson from whatever that you went through in the past. Because whatever you did in the past gave you experience. Experience gives birth to lessons. Lessons then gives birth to, what we call knowledge. What do you and I refer to knowledge as? We refer to knowledge as power. So with that power, you become inexorable in anything that you come by. So given the future experience that hits your doorstep, you will be able to use that power and take advantage of that opportunity and amass wealth for yourself. And wouldn't say no to that opportunity. Never say no to any opportunity, I'm telling you. Because that opportunity might just be the one that will make you wealthy. So instead, deal with that opportunity. Get yourself in that opportunity, with care, with calculation. Just employ calculated tools and get yourself in that opportunity. So with that power, if you do what I'm telling you, the power would let you know that you should never invest more than you can afford to lose in anything that you do, in terms of your time, in terms of your money, in terms of your energy. So in the past, if you put more of your time or your money or your energy in that project, going forward, this same project that has come your way, that seems to share somewhat similarities with whatever you went through in the past. That is trying to let you think like you shouldn't take advantage of it. Scratch that. Instead, take advantage of it. But now what you do is, with that experience that you've gathered, with the lessons that you've gathered, never put in more time. Right? You can put in time, but don't put more of your time. Don't put more of your energy. If it's money, don't put more of your money. So if in the past you put, say, $100,000 in a project, now going forward, put, say, 1/10 of that money in another project. Never say no, you're not going to put any money at all in that project, because that opportunity might just be the one that would, give you money or that would make you rich. A word to your wife should say is enough. So never say no to any incoming opportunity. Never let your past experience, I want to repeat that, never let your past events become a blockage for taking advantage of other future events. Instead, let it become a signature, right? Let it become a guide towards your future, events that you come by. All right. So that's the third principle. If you do that, you get money. Now, the fourth principle has to do with what I term as value and smart work. Now, oftentimes we think hard work make you money. Hard work is good, don't get me wrong, but it will only get you peanut. It is only going to get you hand to mouth. Now, if you want money, real money, you have to work smart. All of the richest men will ask these questions. How do you get money? Say it's not hard work, it's smart work. Elon Musk said it. Warren Buffett said it. Bill Gates said it. All of them. You can name all of them. So it's smart work. Now, the way to understand smart work is I'm going to cite a practical example that would help you grasp it in an easier light, All right. So you and I right now, let's say you're a singer. You have a delectable, mouth-watering, toothsome voice. Now, I'm a singer, but my voice doesn't even compare with yours. Now, you and I reside in the same neighborhood. We reside specifically in the same house. Now, every now when you get up, you start singing. You sing throughout the entire day. You're working hard. You're always exercising your vocals. Everybody knows that you're an impeccable singer. Now, I don't do the same. I don't work hard as much as you do in respect of your craft. What I do with respect to your craft, what I do mostly is every once in a while I sing. But when I'm singing, I use a microphone. Now, there comes a man that came by our home and he says, hey, I heard the sound of you singing and I just couldn't resist but to come by and then look at the person that is singing and perhaps even sponsor that person. That is me, because I'm the one that uses the microphone. Now this man then comes and he says that I want to sponsor you. Would you be thrilled to be sponsored by me? So why not? I'd be thrilled. You say, okay, all of your expenses are taken care of. Money, where you sleep, building, everything, houses, everything. Right there, my life have altered. And it would all be because I worked smart. Not because I'm good more than you do. You did the hard work, but I worked smart. But then my smartness, made me tons of money. So it's smart work. It's not hard work. I only added a little value by adding a microphone, and then boom, I got money more than you. So that's the point. Smart work is very important. Add value to yourself. Another thing that you also have to, take into account is what I refer to value, right? Of course, by using a microphone, I added value to myself. Now you can also learn a skill. Learn a skill. You have to learn a skill. And then that skill, you can package that skill, and sell it. Or you can also, the skill that you learn, you can use it to render a service, and then people will come by and patronize the service, and then you get money in return. So there you have it for the fourth principle. Now the fifth principle has to do with what I term as learn to perceive money as an earning tool and not a spending tool. Most of all, we perceive money as a spending tool, and that's why we don't get money. So we are busy having to have people think like we have money by looking rich, by, in quote, looking rich, dressing, living somewhat ostentatious life, flashy dressing and all of that. I'm not saying it's bad to dress good. It's good, to look good. But if you overdo it, convert that money that you use in buying those stuff and put it into an income generative asset. Now that would bring me to my next point, which is to learn to have your money work for you. Learn to let your money work for you. And you